These are those moments I don't think anybody else is going to forget.
All right. So the game has begun. This best-of-3 series, the Ninjas and Mousesports already getting off to a furious pace. Some shots fired off there towards the ramp room. They're going to go in the way of Mousesports, actually. Frozen and Bemis have already taken on, too, and that's going to create quite the problem, quite the flaw, quite the hole in the defense of the Ninjas.
Yeah, B is all theirs, and Carrigan is still in the door to cut off these rotations. NIP have too close towards the vents, and they're waiting for this. They're ready for it, but almost the team kill. Rez does trade. Nork falls into the firing line, and, well, this one's done. It's Mousesports in a 4-on-1. Get a bit more cash for that force buy potentially here on NIP's side. He's not going to get any more than the one. Back to A for Mousesports, they love it. Oh, what's that? Right-click smoke dropped over the top. It's going to land on the rafters, cutting off that position the Twist played last round. Popsky falls off. He only finds one. The flashes are good. Rops follows up, and Nork's AWP does chime in up from heaven. He's going to have to hold off for the time being. Hampus has got a gap in the smoke, and he's going to drop Carrigan, trying to get the bomb into the site. Rops, if he crosses, he could also be in the firing line. There it is. Hampus with another, and now it's down to Frozen. 8-0, make that a 1 at the end. He's been taken down by the AWP rotation.
They might not be ready for Hampus. Rops is faking a ramp play out here, and that at least has gotten the AWP out of hell. It gives Hampus now the task of holding down outside alone. These smokes are weird, and Hampus knows it, but he's just fighting through them, fighting around them. And he's even hounding down Chris J.
This kill is everything for Robs. He's got that top side open now. There's no one here to stop him but Plopsky up in the rafters. Robs reroutes, goes back round to the hut with a minute on the clock. The bomb making noise on B. Chris could stick it if he wants. There's no one to stop him either. Options available for Mousesports. Robs looks to hold rotations, but he gets caught by Plopsky, dropping into the hut as well. That's mad. Chris, 1-on-3, B-bomb site, loads of grenades for NIP, so he needs to get in a good position now. Stuck out in the open, spotted from the ramp. The molly pushes him out. Oh, great shot for Chris. He's going to follow up. Low HP, doesn't matter. Immediate headshot, and now it's on to Hampus with a Molotov in the door. Chris is held back, but he is waiting for the tap, and the molly's too deep. Oh, it's a stick in the smoke. Chris, he doesn't realize he hasn't found it, but he gets the shot at the end. Chris J, a 1-on-3.
But this Molotov could push a man out of the CT vent, and that's going to really cause some problems. It actually gets smoked off, and they're not even looking at it. They're not even Who do they think threw this smoke? Who do they think threw the smoke? Hampus is just still sat there. Carrigan's like, oh, hang on.
Surely he's not there.
He's really not believing. Oh. There we go. That's the thing, right? You might fool, like, you know, everyone else, but Carrigan, he's like looking at that smoke and he's going, something ain't right about that. Gets the kill as well.
He goes back for it like 3 times. Twist is dead, right? The bomb's going to kill him if the bullets don't, but the bullets, well, they probably will because he's missing all of his. Oh boy, there's the third. They run him down, they chase him, and Carrigan. Chris is in a great position. Rez is going to go for the check though, and Chris is looking up. He gets caught. Right-eyed peek. Favoring Rez. And now Mousesports, they're just looking for anything at this point. Twist is checking ramp, always making noise. Good reaction though, does catch Frozen deep. And Hampus drops BMAS outside. It's a 5 alive round for NIP.
Oh, here comes the push. Twist not going to miss the opener, but Chris J at least trading it out back into this 4-on-4. And now with a little bit of ramp control, the whole map has really opened up to Mouse. And no one down here on B has seen anything either, not yet anyway. And so that's led them to believe that, okay, maybe it's an A play, maybe it's a fake, but actually Mousesports, that's exactly what they were hoping happened. Frozen is now sneaking in through the vent. This is a very weird round because he's behind Nork, and Nork has got no idea. Frozen hears it. There was also a player up on A who could come through these vents at any moment, so Frozen has to act fast, and there's Plopsky on that rotate we were just talking about. 3-on-3 now with the bomb down, and Frozen's flank felt like it could have got away with more, but sadly timing gets the better of him. Nice flash from Rez, and Carrigan so damn blind. That's given them a chance. Rops is the only man with any HP, and so he might have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, and he is good for 1. Now tapping the bomb is Plopsky. Chris J goes in for the peek. There's no time, is there? No.
Oh, it's such a nice try from Popsky, man. That was almost perfect for NIP, but yeah, taking some time to set up, losing Nork.
Too deep outside. Rez is not going to be too far off, but it's Rops streamlining the process here, trying to get some headspace for Mousesports, running into main, gets himself Rez, and that's caused quite the thorn in the side of the Ninjas in Pajamas. Plopsky down here in the site by himself.
The A-side players are confused. They're expecting a rush. It's not the case. Nice shot. Nork finds Robs. Carrigan's got B, though. Mousesports have taken ramp as this position was open after NIP rotate A. That's a really nice idea for Mousesports, right? Not only getting them a 1-for-1 trade at the start of the round, but also just keeping NIP out of B and making them think it's an A execute. It was not. Now retakes on for the Swedes.
Yeah, it's the Swede take as they try and move in, but Chris J holding from the rafters while Hampus does break the silence here for NIP and opens up a 3-on-3. This little crossfire between Frozen and Carrigan is not one to underestimate. They deal with Hampus, and now Nork out through Decon. Chris J actually gets bested by him as well, but there's so little time. They've got to get on this defuse, and with that kill for Carrigan there, he's locked in the round regardless. 9 on the board for Mousesports. For NIP, and now Nork realizes, okay, they've gone ramp. This is where he can try and come into his own on this rotate through Secret, and he does drop Chris J. Plopsky gonna be able to find Carrigan as well back in the lobby. The bomb going down inside of B, but it's a 3-on-5 for Mouse, and Frozen is still trapped outside. So really only 2 players, and now actually only 2 players, B-Mass and Rops, left up in this one. They are getting surrounded. What does Rops even do here? There's so many angles to keep an eye on.
The Orb looked pretty good last round on the retake. Gonna need to be again with a fast outside take, but the Orb's on ramp and Carrigan's come through main. Hampus cross Secret and Twist sees nothing. He only hears the pitter-pattering and he needs to get in the back line now. There it is, Twist popping in from behind. BMAS with an entry into A, but there's still a heavy setup here. Propsky has not been removed above the hut, and oh no, he runs out of ammo. Good damage, BMAS low. Rops needs a kill and he can't get it, even with Twist being pushed out from behind the vent. BMAS closing.
Nade's going to rain in outside. Not really going to find anything worth mentioning, though, from them. Heavy outside setup. Hampus going above, up on top of the garage. They didn't realize he's going to get away with some damage, but it's Twist to put up the first kill through the smoke. A weird little round as BMAS gets flashed into garage, but doesn't go in with it.
Yeah, you always got to be weary of the Hampus Rampus. You know that he can cast that one at any time, and he might still do it. The last round of the first half of play here on the first map. Not the most optimal of financial situations on that last round there for Mousesports, but they're doing what they can with it, which ultimately has been no damage so far on the NIP side. And no bomb plant. This looks like it's going to be a grinder of a round. There's that Hampus Rampus, I promise you. Carrigan falls. And he's not the last one. Rops as well. Plopsky's going to find him from the heavens. And 44 HP for Plopsky. That's all the damage found in that round. We're going to go to a break because it's a 9-6 half. We're going to have to come back after some... Was it too little, too late? That's going to be the big question here. Pistol round's going to decide a lot of different things, Hugo. Yeah,
mainly who's got the momentum, and right now, Mousesports wondering if it disappeared in the end of that half. They're getting wrapped. Frozen spamming the smoke. He doesn't know, but BMAS does trade only for 1. Carrigan still on the A site. Support from Heaven, but it's getting spammed back. Carrigan getting run down, but he's hitting all the shots he needs. 2 kills, and Nork alone, a long way away, already wrapping Heaven, but Rops is clearing out this flank. He's coming in from the back, and he might have this one dead to rights. Oh, he almost considered it. Nork looked for a second, but there's Rops. You know what he can do with his gun. So, Scout v Orb, don't know about that one, but let's see. Molly on the silo, like that lineup, steal it for later. Frozen's pushing outside, and he is inside of the smoke. Flash coming from Chris, and Frozen strikes only for 1. The trade on Nork's Orb, and now Mousesports know what they're up against.
For some reason, this box goes unchecked so often. It's just, can your stomach not taking an info peek if you're Rops? You need your opponents to be making noise. And luckily enough, they're making noise. And no one's going to check it, because no one ever does. So Rops could get 3 here. There's 1, there's 2, and Twist is like, oh my goodness, it's the box that no one ever looks at. And so while he does get the trade, it leaves him and Hampus worlds apart in a 2-on-3. Now, Twist is in B. Now, that initially might look great. That might look fantastic. But if he gets this bomb down and then isn't able to delay this retake for the rotate from Hampus, this could all be over. And that's not very convincing. So with Karrigan locking in the kill, and now they know Hampus is arriving as well, Karrigan can just get on the bomb. Hampus is too far away, and Chris J is just a king with the scout, isn't he? It's not even fair.
And Utility looking like an A-take. Rez going to go running through the Molotov. Good luck. Burning down. Karrigan's let them all through. He's blinded early. BMAS is going to trade. If the bomb gets planted, that's massive for NIP. But right now, Chris is keeping the pressure up high. Rez drops him down below. 2 for him, as now NIP somehow, some way have the man advantage. But they're not safe or secure in this round just yet.
Now they really are. 2 of these players are very, very low, but Frozen's not to know that. And Hampus is even wrapping Silo, mate. Of course he is. He just shoots Frozen.
Wrapping around the backside. Frozen's pushed in through the lobby. Oh dear, those smokes have missed, whether that be a Molotov or not. There is burning on the floor, so I imagine it was mollied. Frozen dealing with 1. Damage to the second. The bomb gets down, and he knows it. Mousesports can rotate appropriately. Robs, that's messy. And Hampus jumps, lands it, hits the shot.
Slowly but surely, he is arriving in the backline. Rez is keeping an eye on it, though. And so Karrigan does lock in that kill, drops the bomb with it. Plopski's going to catch BMAS at the very, very least, but Karrigan, still being a nuisance, puts up a double. And this now leaves NIP in panic mode, but Chris J, the door swings. He's getting ambushed from either side. Karrigan's got to go above and beyond here. This bomb down at his feet. If he can just deny it for a little bit longer, he's done it. He's won the round.
Just delay it, man.
Just delay, man. Delay, and lock in, kill after kill. That's the Karrigan motto. I think.
Let him go, yeah.
Oh, slaughtered. That's epic.
Back, of course.
To ice it up a bit, but he's going to lose his head immediately. Great shot from Rez. That's what we love him for. NIP have lower. Quick rotate for Robs. He's got to put up a kill. He does. Chris with the scout. All going very wide, but he hits the headshot. Bodies are not a thing when Chris has the scout in play, and that's going to delay the plant, giving time for Karrigan to once again slip the knife in their back.
Yeah, BMAS is even here as well. Karrigan tries to swing, but Nork is scoped up. However, that does delay the plant. They get off of it. Chris has moved in through ramp, blind as a bat, and almost able to connect there, but Rez just beating him on the timing. BMAS trying to get out, but Nork...
Yeah, it's almost as if Nip wanted them to pull a rotation outside, but Mousesports don't fall for it. Holy smokes, Twist has absolutely wrecked Rops in the top of ramp room. That's going to give them a clear path all the way down to the bottom. However, Chris J has just showed up on the scene, and it could be murder she wrote. Here we go, AWP, 1 on the Rez, and now he's going to have to back away. The numbers game has not gotten in favor of Mousesports. The bomb's going to get planted in a 2v3. Here comes Chris J, though. He peeks right, just right, and he could have won that duel. Hampus a little bit quicker on the trigger.
Very drastically closed on up.
Late smokes outside is a good way of throwing deception in the midst, but to deny that, Mousesports have Rops down in secret, about to clear this one out. Karrigan above the hut, gets one inside of the lobby. Dangerous spam, but he's not going to get punished for it. Oh, this smoke is big at the 40-second mark. This is going to buy a lot of time, but he peeks back in. We see players get punished from that position quite a lot, and that is going to cost Mousesports the B-bomb site.
Yeah, Chris has to put up a bit of a hold from ramp, and down with 1. It's Rez on the receiving end of this AWP. Chris J smoked off now as the double ramp smokes come in. That buys a lot of time for NIP here. Means this bomb is almost going to be like half-ticked as the retake comes through for Mouse. So they are sacrificing time for these safer entries in through the ram smokes. And that there is a decision that can make or break this round. BMAS coming in through secret in the meantime. They're trying to time this. So they're all hitting this site together on the retake. In comes the onslaught, a utility from ramp. BMAS opens up onto Nork, and it all falls onto Twist in a 1v3.
No one's on it.
Yeah, they've got to get on this bomb now. Frozen defusing it, and it's all locked in. Thankfully, Chris J holds the line, and they only just get that one over. Yeah, they bypass it for now, moving into Garage. Frozen late to the scene outside. There's no choice but to sit down here in hell and hope that he hears or sees someone coming his way. That's a nice little flick from Twist. Frozen now checking the heavens, and they're never aware. Now, he never sees Hampus also making his way up here, and that could cause some problems. Hampus with the double, and now B.Maç having a look every which way. It's Hampus in with 3.
Wow.
Leading by example, not afraid to go in first as the in-game leader. Oh boy, he's gone eventually.
Or die at the very end.
Oh, no worry though, right? We already talked about this comeback for NIP. They've got all the money.
That's the
either 2 or none.
Saranthus prediction here. 2 or nothing. Karrigan, in they go, and the answer is none. Damage done, but that's about it. Plopsky does help out and is like, yeah, see you later, Twist. Get out of here. Shoots him in the back of the head, and now a leg from Chris J. I love this from Frozen. He's just aggressing through Squeaky. And now they try and run the gauntlet to ramp, but this is where Rops has just got open season with the AWP.
Team pick it up, and wrapping outside is Hampus. He's top performer right now, and he's going to keep it up. Great entries from Hampus. He loves taking over this A site. The Karrigan's dropped the bomb onto a rifle with great results. Chris finding Hampus from with the AWP, and Rops from ramp has come heaven with his as well. So there's 2 AWPs in play. One of them going to get dropped. Nork does find it. This bomb is still in the open though, and Karrigan has just missed the timing. Picked back up from Rez in this site. Karrigan turns around, and Rez does not. Good night. It's all on Nork and the 1-on-2 to save the map.
Yeah, Rops is even flanking outside. Karrigan doesn't even need to see, because through the smoke. Oh, and well, it's a very, very fast start. Hugo, you got to do sound effects, mate. Oh, no, I don't. We're good. We're good. We're back in, and here it is. Traded left and right. It's actually the opening for Karrigan. Briefly dealt with there by Hampus. Chris J inside, and there's a lot of players here at B, but it's just even trades all across the board into this 2-on-2. Rops moving up through short. And now B.Maç back in the market. This is slowed right down. We almost had a brawly beginning, and the brawl happened, and now we have the aftermath of the storm, and it's 2 players on either side trying to navigate this round. Looking for anything they can. Oh, holding this angle. B.Maç digged in response. They're both 2 and 3 HP respectively. And so this duel for Rops could decide it all, because now he's left in a clutch. B.Maç not able to bail him out anymore, and Rops has got to win this one solo. While he's having this fight, there's still a man inside of the site. Rops looking for anything, and well, he does find Nork. He can't land the follow-up onto Hampus.
For Nork to get up top. Oh dear, Rops has just looked away. He's checking it on a timing, but that smoke could fade to the favor of Nork, who's still not in the window. Finally climbs through. Oh boy, Rops. Oh dear, he gets one, but he gets traded. Nork in the window, giving away his position. He can try and wrap, or he can just put the seed of doubt in the mind of Mousesports, who now think there's a player flanking them at B. That is not the case, as he's dropped off to regroup with his team for this B play. Hampus coming up cat late. Karrigan could look to stop it once that connector smoke fades, but right now he's still watching A. Mousesports don't know.
Oh, Frozen holding the line. He's got Chris J helping him out, but he does lose his buddy. Twist now in the 1v3, peaked by Frozen. Rotations are in at the market, but Frozen's going to hold down the line.
Let us know.
Please.
Someone might have punched him.
Hey, man, you still got the sticker on your camera, man.
Arrogant. Oh dear, he almost dies. Actually, Rops above the bench who gets a kill on the smoke in con. I like that. Chris very fast through the face of Nork. Karrigan's still here, but not for long. With the advantage, Mousesports give up middle. And IP are very split up right now, 1 per position. Oh, great shot from Rez. That's the AWP gone from the hands of Karrigan. Chris, the only one left up, going to rotate towards A. Frozen.
Flash goes in. Twist now homed into CT. If B.Maç does try and go for a peek, he is surely gone. So he's just got to stay tucked in. Chris J's trying to hold the cross. They're going to flash to get over, and Hampus actually just takes the fight and wins it out. But they don't account for B.Maç back in CT. He's bought precious time. He gets tagged in through ticket. Frozen's not able to help. B.Maç is just wrestling with the clock, and he does get dropped eventually. Frozen now left in the clutch. He's gotten close within this site, but he finds himself trapped between both remaining Swedes. He's dealt with the first. Now just has to try find Rez, who is still tucked behind these triple boxes. Runs the gauntlet, gets into CT, just drives by Frozen, taps the bomb, trying to bait this peek out from Rez, and Frozen not quite able to win it out. It's 3 in the round for the man in question. And now, look, you look at it, they've got this investment, but if they lose this round, they don't have one next round, so... Well, they could if players save, but yeah. You know, Rops over on the stairs, good for one. Now turns his attention back into connector. Hampus is waiting this smoke out, but Rops is quick. He's not budging.
Yeah, those smokes will fade soon, though. Rops is going to go above them. Oh, popping in. Twist turns around as they do, and he deals with him. CT Spawn has 2 CTs in, and B-Mass is not waiting around. He's coming through the smoke. He could catch a timing with the flash going high, but it's actually Twist to be dropped by Frozen. Finally, B-Mass crawls through, catches the AWP, leaving Rez at the back of the site, but no longer Carrigan. Ooh, lovely flash. B-Mass pops Rops into middle. Riz is still up on Cat with the AWP as well. Rops is going to re-smoke connector.
They're just going to go through. Carrigan could be in a bit of danger here. He's concealed behind CT right now. But as he swings out, they're already deep, far deeper than he was ever ready for. Rops, oh, almost a kill there. Rez was ripe for the taking, but he wasn't able to do it. B-Mass now trapped at ramp. He's got it into a 3-on-3 at least. This bomb on the back of Nork has to go down, but with Twist already so deep in CT, they are just walking to their demise. Chris don't even realize. And Plopsky puts down B-Mass at the very, very end. NIP, they're looking
6-3 though currently. Now they're gonna have weapons. Let's see what they can do. Not a great start, a real flying start though for Rops as he's planted against the wall.
That play as well. B-Mass has crept out through the smokes once again, looking to be a nuisance in this A site. That molly, oh dear, even if it doesn't spread, Carrigan's barrel has been seen, and Plopsky throws in another one. No saving Carrigan there. B-Mass does get out alive, but only with 20 health, and Frozen drops the cross, follows up with a second. Maybe it's still winnable in the 2-on-5 after all, but Frozen needs a third, and he's done it all. Bomb dropped, and now a chance.
Here comes that rotation over there from the ramp. They're gonna try to pinch this bomb site. With the bomb planted, it now becomes the back foot. Nip have to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
They've actually got great positions here. Like, even with this long flank that's really good for Frozen, it's going to rely on his utility. He should know at this point where they are. Just got to clear out the necessities check. There's no one under. Molly and Palace, time is ticking. Flash for B-Mass needs an immediate kill here. It's a good flash, but there's a second player ready to play off the contact. The bomb tap, not stuck. They're still considering the backline. Frozen, overwhelmed by the double CT setup.
From the scaffolding, this molly from Plopsky is going to burn B-Mass out. Forces him into the prying eyes of Hampus. Chris J back in CT. There ever was a time for Chris J to roll back the years and give us a Mirage or play. It's now. There's one for Chris. Any more? As they're still trickling into this A site. While this has been happening, Frozen has wrapped all the way through middle and is now holding the back line as well. And so this is going to prompt the rest of Mouse to just disengage and offer up this site temporarily to allow Frozen this timing. He's going to catch Twist for free back in Palace. Now, they know about the lurk, but knowing about it is one thing. It's responding to it. It's quite the other. Rez is trying to keep an eye on it, but he's also tasked with watching CT. This is a lot of responsibility for just one man to hold on to. Half the time ticked off this bomb. Rez with the swing doesn't find anything, and Nork finished off by Rops. The defuse going to come on in, and Mousesports, they are able to recover that round.
And Twist wants nothing to do with it. He's drawn enough attention. He knows NIP now need to watch close ramp, and that will be calmed over as they run through the smoke. Oh.
Wow, that's brutal, isn't it? Everyone's kind of ready. They kind of think they know what's coming their way, but NIP, they're just so swift in those moments. They don't waste any time. Just immediately, like in a matter of seconds, everyone on A is dead. And they've even seen the barrel of Chris J. That's the AWP now dropped. Frozen, he just wants to stay alive. He's not even looking to fight.
At least we're doing it together, not just one by one. Knock actually is going to get that information, and now Frozen's left in a very scary situation for himself.
Mid control's looking good. Mousesports barely being able to contest. Every time they do, they put this AWP here, and the same thing happens. It gets mollied out, bombarded with flashbangs. Carrigan shot a warning shot, but he does follow up with a kill. Only one. Now Chris on short needs to win that, and Hampus is going to take him back. This guy's not just got the brain, he's got the aim to back it up. 2 kills in middle to start this round. It could be NIP hunting for 11. They've seen it, and Nork is going to hit the flick as well. That is unreal.
Well, you can't save, that's for sure. It's round 15. So for Frozen and Robs, they've got to attempt this one. Robs dropping down, does win that fight over Plopski, but barely. 19 points of health. He has got the AWP at least. Carrigan's AWP given over. There is going to be a CT peak. Robs was just holding for it, but the timing couldn't get any worse. And there's the double from Twist to end this half, 11-4.
The statement actually from Nip, having lost the first map of Nuke.
Yeah, going to be a B crunch, but there are 3 players here for NIP. Mouse, they're walking into the stack and they can't get past Plopski. It makes it look all too easy over towards short. And this pistol round might be striked away from Mouse. It all falls onto Carrigan. No armor behind the P2, and he gets bested as well.
A Nork on the AWP. To make matters worse, it's fast up Cat. There's 3 here for NIP, 3 B right now. Mousesports are walking into a stack, a trap, and they don't even know it. Plopski dropping the first, and now Mousesports taking the bomb back through T-Spawn. It's all a ruse, it's all a fake, but they've lost both faking players. Now down to that A play, and already NIP are throwing bodies back at that A site. They know that there's no one else following up on short. Rops has given away his position on A, but he hasn't got the kill to Dink. He looks away, and Twist wins that battle out. Swapping to the D to stop the cross, will get shot, but Nork drops the bomb, and this is where it all comes crumbling down. Frozen in a 1-on-4. Just not meant to be. NIP up to 15.
No, not one bit. They're going to try and just throw a wall of smokes down into middle, like so many. They've flashed into connector, and maybe that nets them the opening kill. It will. It's a fast approach in through Con, but already in Palace is a guy going by the name of Rez who looks to steal this whole round away. Lots of damage, and that now makes Hampus even more deadly. Rops, well, trade him out at least, and Rez still here just being a nuisance. Can't overextend in this position. Frozen able to deal with Twist over at short side, and suddenly for NIP, they are down to just 2, but there's Nork in the jungle dealing with 1. Carrigan giving up his position as well, and they know that Frozen was in the ladder room, so right now, they are aware of this 2v1 they've got in the A site, and Carrigan just gets wiped off the face of the earth. Frozen has to find this, but Nork just spamming the smoke, locks it in. How's that even fair? NIP, an incredibly dominant win on Mirage.
The hard knocks of matchmaking.
Well, luckily, we've got some actual oxygen breathers in the server today to show us what they're made of. Deep breaths as NIP creepy crawl up Ivy.
Oh, Rez with an opener. Can he get any more? Can he get any more? That's the question we're asking. Frozen is running out of there, getting out of danger, and putting himself in the sandwich. But that there leaves him in the prying eyes of more danger. So now Rops over here in heaven, holding on to this outside area. But they know, they've seen him. They've seen, what was it? Like a shoulder, a barrel? I couldn't tell. But they know that Rops is here. His cover's been blown. They're onto him. They know his real identity. And they deal with him up in the heavens. Twist doubling up. Chris spotted as well. His position's no longer a secret, and it all falls onto Carrigan and then to no one as NIP sweep that pistol round on the board. Well, Rez going to move in through upper, and down here at ramp, there is the Deagle on Rops, and it's here in a big way. Come on, give us a third. Yeah, there it is. Rops, why not 4? You're already, not 4 actually. You know what, that's a little too much to ask. Plopski still in a world of hurt. 1v4 required, and Chris J scouts him out of the round. An immediate reply from Mouse, and already.
So, Hugo, just a brief history lesson here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Because, you know, this could be one of those trash rounds. This is looking like it is, with Frozen absolutely eradicating Nip.
It felt like when he played Cologne, like he knew, you know?
Yeah.
Right, like, great shot. Like it was expected. Obviously, BMAS was already on the roster at the time as a 6th man. He got moved up into, you know, pole position post-Cologne. Yeah, Woxic, his last game of Cologne Vertigo map, he wasn't even AWPing on it, Trace. We were like sitting there thinking, yeah, this is probably just round the corner. And somehow, some way, NIP, they're around the corner. They're around both corners, in B, in CT, everywhere in between. The swap doesn't matter. You said it was a trash round. It certainly started that way.
Plopski, what you doing? Ooh. What are you doing, Plopski? What are these spams you're trying to... Ooh, Frozen just deletes Hampus. He's had enough of like having bullets land kind of near him, and he's like, I'll show you how it's done. To hold their ground. If they both fall right away, this says site is right for the taking, no matter how fast the rotations are. And luckily enough, B-Mass is able to win his side of the fight. Delays it for just a moment, but is that enough? Because Plopski has just torn open the A side of the map, and it's only Rops left in the blink of an eye.
Damn, dude, the AUG on the T side, what a dirty weapon to entry with. He finds 3 into A. Not a lot of time nor weaponry to do it with, and he's been spotted as well. Twist with the info and hits a perfect shot. Rops also hits the shot.
Yeah,
so it's going to be like a B play. Look at this. Hang on a moment, Chase. I didn't mean to cut you off, but look at this. Rops is cutting them down. Ramp. It belongs to Rops. He's in with 4. They try and go B, and well, they end up taking a pretty destructive route into the site. Frozen there with the last as well.
So that's kind of cool, I guess.
It is 3 orbs.
Ooh. Yep.
And they're all on A. This is weird. Hey, let's see what oh, now it's 2 orbs. So fans of the triple orb, devastated already. Here's the reflash in for Frozen, one of the only rifled players, and boy, does he make his presence known. And he's able to deal with 3 before the nade finishes him in the afterlife.
B-Mass, he's coming around the corner. Good timing. Gets a bit of damage off that. At least allows Chris to reposition and try and check for them. Jumped up on the site is Twist deeper than Chris expected. Molly in the pop won't matter as he's a safe passive retake rotations for Mousesports. Robs, great shot. Catches Nork on the angle and Twist has to clutch.
Yeah, it's a pretty tall order. He goes up on the ladder. Spots where these players are moving in from and now tries to play around this bomb, but they know where he is. He sees a man on the train, looks for the fight, but B-Mass is going to win it out.
It's there. Not at the same time. Big plays from Frozen, his M4.
All the feet. That's enough for Carrigan.
Boom.
Takes a grab at him and steals Rez's shoes away. Nork does drop down with a flashbang, but Carrigan has the cross, and Rops with another AWP is here as well. They're pushing through the smoke. Oh dear, they've taken a bullet to the face. Nork, he's still standing with his AWP on full health and going above the train, almost dropped by Rops. Carrigan, or Frozen rather, does it instead. There's everyone fighting on the lane side. NIP are looking to take kills back, but he hears the tags and he knows what's coming. Get us back on track.
And with the 4th round, gonna be these M4s.
Ooh.
Only one of them really, Plopski, with a nice trade on the Frozen after having grabbed the initial pick.
What? Why is Twist jiggling? Rops, how does he know about him? Rops gets away with 1, but when we traded, NIP were far too ready for that position, considering he didn't get spotted upper. And, ooh, Chris, he's crept in. They don't know. He's dropped the bomb. There's one above him, but backing up is Hampus, not wanting to commit into the AWP that took a shot. Hampus is going deep. B-Mass has got to clear this, and he does. Great shot, leaving Nork on the AWP up above. Oh, we've all been there.
Timing. Oh, Chris J just deletes him. But if I know NIP like I think I know NIP, they might have something to do with going through this smoke. They boost a man up over the top of it. They flash Frozen in the meantime on the Mouse side into main, and he makes a bit of a mess. They do try and go through the smoke, but Carrigan, he's privy to it. Flash through, Carrigan back on the angle, misses the 2nd time around, and that's given a little bit of room over to these 2 stragglers for NIP, but B-Mass and Frozen, they combine for a kill onto Twist, no less. And that leaves Nork in the hot seat. He's not able to...
It's an AK in spawn.
AK in spawn.
You don't need that where you're going.
It's round 15, and so, you know, maybe it's like for one of the AWP players, but surely one of the M4 guys should have grabbed that. M4 guys, more like M-full guys, am I right? As Chris J takes one of the dome, he's out. He's been eliminated from this round, and now we look towards the rest. Or should I say, the res, as he's over here above Pop Dog, waiting for Frozen. B-Mass trying to hold on to Olaf. They know that Hampus was out here being a nuisance, being annoying, and he's going to continue being exactly that. They try and deal with him. It only makes the problem worse. Nork has already gotten a little too close for Carrigan's liking. And there's Rops with the trade, but it's still a huge advantage with NIP that Rops is doing his damnedest to reclaim. You can't, if you can't, Frozen, I'll do it. There you go, easy. Don't know why you took so long to even do that. As now we're into a 2-on-2.
Yeah, Robs is going for the ace in this one. If Frozen doesn't steal it away, really, Mousesports are just after a 9th, but NIP have had time to spread out in the site. Oh boy, important utility for Robs. Hampus is close, trying to stop him from getting out of main, waiting for the right time to strike, and he spotted him, but oh dear, miss Molly. Robs just has to commit, throw everything at this site right now because the bomb is ticking down. Hampus shot down by Robs on 4, one more, it's Twist at the back of connector.
Bomb is ticking away, and it's almost ticked past the point. 4 for Robs. It would be a travesty to lose the round now, but a spray is perfect for Twist, and that's it. That's the round. That's the half. NIP are going to put up 7, and we are split right down the middle here. Mousesports versus the Ninjas in Pajamas. Do love to see a good Glock fade in the game. And a nice P250. However, it's going to get traded out immediately. It's Rez onto Robs after the first kill of Hampus.
Yeah, I think you said Hampus for damnedness or something like that. But this might prove to be a pretty wet-ass pistol round here. As B-Mass and Chris J, they're looking to try and jimmy their way into this B site. B-Mass going to get the bomb down. They've slipped past NIP. Half the time ticked off this bomb. NIP going to drop a smoke onto it. That could be a disaster. Twist has a kit as well. He's on it. B-Mass. Oh, it's not going to happen. The defuse comes in and NIP, it's as easy as that. They get on the bomb, they hold E, they win.
Double B for NIP, and oh boy, it's going to get messy, churning them down. Hampus on the ramp. Hampus dead after 1.
Well, this might be our last season after all. Frozen coming in through main. Twist, flashed, finders a bat. And only good for 1 before Frozen trades. It's just a skirmish for A, and it's everyone fighting here in this site. Frozen is the only man keeping things even right now. Carrigan's going to get into the site and get that bomb down. That nade somehow doesn't do a lot of damage. Carrigan don't have armor either. He's just running this one nude and looking to lock it in. Plopsky gets the info as to where one of these players is. Carrigan's just dancing around the train. He's streaking these together. And now Plopsky's been dodged by the man up on green. He's wrapped around behind, but Carrigan holds his ground. For a lot of people, that was like, wait, what? You know, like, because he really did seem like a very good player in this team. Yeah. Now, Frozen tries to run the gauntlet. Doesn't go well for him.
There's already a player out deep. Carrigan, he is all over this site, but he can't find Plopsky in the pop. Drop in for Robs. Oh dear, it's a good flash, and it keeps him back. Rez does trade. Nork on the AWP keeps things in the favor of NIP, but Chris is getting closer, and he's crisscrossing into the site, dropping 1 more with the AWP. There's the Conp campus trades at NIP. Just so many waves of defense on this A site. Everyone here.
Carrigan back on the AWP, gonna get boosted by Chris J. It's a tower of AWPers, and Carrigan misses the timing there. Looked right at Plopsky, but just didn't pull the trigger.
And Plopsky comes out of that one surprisingly low on 8 HP. Bombs back T-main. And maybe start to become more apparent the more Mousesports players perish outside. Chris J takes an op shot, finds and connects with Twist. Now they're inside this outside site. As confusing as that may sound, it's pretty easy. Outer is compromised. Robs fights in the connector, and the bomb should be planted momentarily. It's going to be a pinch here, 2-on-2. Robs unsure, but that peek is going to come from Pop Dog, and it's going to stop the bomb plant. Chris J.
Now he makes his play, and Robs with a Molotov that won't even land. Plopsky hears him running and takes him down. That's so unfortunate for Robs.
Right, so now Mousesports going into B. And then throwing all these smokes. And Nog, ooh, tries to play through the one-way. I can't keep that up forever. Sorry, guys, it's your fault.
Wake up!
Twist. Closing the distance, getting out through the connector, but Frozen putting on a bit of a show, completely annihilates this attempt at the retake. And already, that's a save for NIP. That's a little bit of a gut-wrenching round to lose, right?
Yeah, this certainly does have the makings of a 30-rounder, Harry. It's what you wanted. It's what you called here in this third map of the series. And it might be what we get. Certainly makes up for the 16-4 that Nip handed Mousesports. If this bomb gets lost, that could be a catastrophe here for Mousesports. Rez, they know there's likely someone close. Util going over. Rez pop flashed himself back in. Chris won't fall for it. He was already tucked tight, and he will say goodnight. Double entry for Chris. Twist on Ivy with one more, and he's dropped it frozen with the Deagle crossing out as well successfully. Still standing in the A site. Chris is trying to keep him trapped, but Plopski, with the attention drawn, drops the bomb with 20 seconds left.
Rops is going to go through the smoke, tries to make a big boy play, and has dealt with Hampus. 10 seconds though, Molly on the bomb, Twist now wrapping around. They've got to retrieve it, they've got to get this bomb planted, and it might have all just fallen apart. Plopski there to tear it away right at the very end.
NIP have already rotated a player in. Nork is here on that AWP. Hampus with a molly, drop down on the ramp, and Mousesports going to have to smoke if they want to go through, and they do, but Hampus is ready and waiting. Two through the smoke. Rops trades from upper, but Nork, no line of sight with this AWP. He can't even stop the bomb either. Rops is getting closer by the second and could deal the killing blow, but players coming out CT, so it's not clear for Rops just yet. There's the shot. Plopski peeks, Rops doubles down, and it couldn't have been more perfect than that in the timing that he gets peaked.
Did you just blow a gasket, Harry? What was that? Oh.
They're teaching him Danish. It's a long-term project.
Like, at what point are we not trolling up here? We're just straight lying.
No, that was a straight line. Yeah. Darren, you caught me.
Oh!
Shocker.
Hampus trying to get stuck in, but it's Rez to deliver, looking for even more, and Rez just tearing it down. Carrigan all alone, and he's legged Plopski as he soars through the air like an F-16. He just deletes him. They are down to pretty much nothing, and it all hinges on getting a bomb plant at least here to open up investment opportunity up against 15. Nades into Pop, but Rez is going to win his fight out regardless. And that's... Plopski holding main, almost a double up. Nork, there's an easy kill for him. Rez is still waiting. Chris, man, I hate to break it to you, but eventually you've got to go down. And when you do, Rez has not moved a muscle. He is still waiting patiently for the pop drop. Carrigan's gotten deep into this A site and is now wrapping behind the opposition. He's just heard that AWP scope up. And so this could be a kill. And if he gets this, that's going to draw the attention out of Pop. Carrigan biding his time, playing the trigger discipline. Now Rez goes for the fight onto Chris and brings him down to 1 HP. Rez not giving up Pop. Carrigan does at least get the bomb down, and he's given them a chance in this 2-on-3. But Chris is literally a breath away from death.
Oh, and yeah, Rez, he's going to deliver that onto him now. He's tapped down Carrigan. What an amazing round for Rez to just hold his own, to stall the Pop Dog for so long, and to smoke it off, to not even allow Mousesports to...
Mouse, this is going to be a very disjointed push if this is where it's looking to end up. And so, yeah, it's not. Rops gets out alone, while the rest of the gang still have their eyes set towards A. They deal with Rez in Pop. That opens up the rotation here for Carrigan with that bomb. Plopski on the bomb train, trying to make a bit of a stand. He does have rotations coming in through the connector. And it's Hampus delivering a kill. But is that going to be enough? Because this site now has fallen apart. They're trying to get them off the bomb, but they can't. And Nork is dealt with shortly thereafter. 14-15. It's one away from overtime.
One player, Ivy. It's going to be Beam is by himself. The rest of them trying to pop out lower just as fast as they possibly can. Carrigan inside of the site, not with the kill. But I don't know if it's enough. Hampus has got a lot on his plate.
Oh, no.
Chris! They're next to each other. Chris is touching him with the barrel of the gun. They've gone round each other. Hampus in the smoke. Chris is like, I don't know, man. That smoke felt very, very deep for some reason. And now trying to get the bomb down, but oh no! Lop saves his life. Well, he doesn't, but he does get the trade. And now B-Mass arrives from Ivy. Mouse, they need this for overtime, and it all falls onto Frozen. 1v2, back at the bomb site, and 2 players to beat. It's an AWP and an M4 up against him. Frozen rather, delivering the first, and he just gets out of there. 1 HP, still alive. No idea how. AWP in the hands of Twist, but he's on the 5-7, looking to deal with it, looking to deny overtime. Frozen, the game is in his hands, and he locks it in. We're going to OT. Mousesports and NIP, the fight rages on in overtime.
Yeah, Frozen a 1-on-2, 1 HP to get us here, and now it's got to be worth something for Mousesports. Molly through the smoke, Rez, the pop king in this game. He gets traded by the man coming through. Twist with a shot to stop Rob swiftly after. And B-Mas with a Molly at the back of the bomb site is going to keep Nork passive. He smokes it. He wants to go through with the AWP. B-Mas has wrapped around Hampus, though. This is getting messy inside of the site. The bomb getting spotted in Nork with a quick shot to Carrigan. Tagged back, of course. It's got to be so close, and it's never clear until we're just there. Oh my! Almost a follow-up for Nork. The bomb retrieved, and Mousesports with nowhere to go but A.
Oh, Twist is quick with this AWP. Now double AWP up against B-Mas. Frozen was able to clutch out a 1v2, turned 1v1 at 1 HP. Can B-Mas do it with double the health? In theory, sounds easy, right? But is it going to be? B-Mas wrapping around, looking for this kill, but Nork, quick on the trigger, uses the AWP.
And he's going to double back as his team hit B. No one's watching. Hampus is very passive on upper. Lots of room being given, and he's not even looking at this one. He realizes too late. Now they're already in the site. They're already in connector. Chris can cut off rotations as the bomb gets planted. Hampus, they're getting closer to him by the second.
Frozen gives up some control towards CT, but NIP, they've certainly got a tall order ahead of them, especially with 2 players so damn deep already. B-Mas spotted in behind Oil, but this is where Chris J can have his say in the round. Down goes Plopski. B-Mas trying to swing to extend it even further, but in doing so, he's dug a bit of a hole for the side of Mouse. Frozen holds his ground, and Nork not able to get past Chris J. He gets sent packing, and Mousesports, they immediately respond with a round as well.
For Hampus, who's here with the peak. Another flash coming through. Robs now knows he's got him trapped. He's going to run him down. Oh, confident stuff for Robs. And for good reason, his 30-second kill. An inner flank could come through. Rez is up in pop. Could come up the ladder. He's holding for the rotate back. He's not convinced. And good reason to be. It is an A take. So Robs might have to get past this aggressive CT. Oh, barrel spotted. Rez repositions. He doesn't want to get dropped, but he turns around and Robs drops in on his face. The AWP still fires off for Twist. His 3rd of the round right now. And that's left Chris in a near undoable clutch.
Failed 2 HP clutch, and now on 4 HP as they keep doubling the numbers.
Again, if you are just joining us, we're 27 minutes now. Past the scheduled time for Vitality Straws, but for good reason. Obviously, Chris J taking aggressive fights like that with an AWP. That's what we've signed up for. That's what we came here to see. And Hocus Pocus himself playing around the E-box.
Oh, no. Oh, Frozen just looked away. Hampus tucks inside of the smoke. Frozen. Oh, he's looking the wrong way, and the fade favors Hampus. The trade back for NIP in a 4-on-4 now. They know where the AWP is, or at least one of them on the site. There's still a second to be found. Chris pushed back. Carrigan back at the side by side of these AWPers. Oh dear, Carrigan goes wide. Hampus is deeper than they made out for, but Chris is going to be able to get that trade. Smoke down to the E-box. They got a cross on the right side. Twist is dead to Chris, who has just been coming alive in this overtime. And Robs with the grenade drops Nork as well. There's no getting out of this A site. Trials and tribulations run round every corner, and now Plopski needs to walk up behind one of his own. Robs has come in. They don't know how deep Plopski's got. He's not going to take the connector. He wants everything. He wants the flank, and he might catch Chris on this rotation. Oh, dear, he's been spotted, looking the wrong way, and still reconsidering Robs inside of the site. That's not the case. He's flanking Pop.
Time might be out for Plopski. He's going to try and get this bomb down, and that's now heard. They know that it's come in, and there's the wrap from Robs.
He often does slow down in that 3rd map. When we go the distance, it's hard to keep it up across a series, but Chris J has no issues, years of experience, and fast fingers flicks back up to find Plopski. Going in for more, Nork won't allow it. Traded right back. 2 players crunching B. Carrigan's here, holding. Ready and waiting. Rez is gone. Twist won't go out to try and trade. He's just too far away.
Hampus.
Again, Hampus.
In A. And no one from ours even knows. Like, no one knows. No one's even considering it. No one's even holding main. Like, what? Hampus has just walked in. Even he's surprised at how free this is. Carrigan, I'm so sorry, bud. You might get knifed. You might probably Yeah, Hampus are going to show respect.
Let's just wait. Let's just wait right here.
This is cool. He's waiting. He's playing. This is so patient. He's going to wait for his teammates to get into offer. There's the kill on a Carrigan. And now they're left wondering, like, what the hell has just happened? Rops falls. And dearie me, Mousesports. 2-on-3 in the retake. They're going to try and, I was going to say, like, come in together, but Nork just takes the fight, and Hampus does the same. 18 on the board for NIP. Match and series point.
Waiting on the fade. If he sits in it, could be favored. But actually, he's using the wall to his advantage. Rops has gone above, and Rez is trying to put him below, but no one can see a thing. Rops spams him back. Hampus again in the smoke frozen. Not again. He turns around as the fade comes through. Unfortunate timing, and it might put NIP in the finish line, but Chris has other ideas. Nork out in main with the AWP. Again, snatching back the advantage. On a knife's edge now. Mousesports a man down. Chris has got to do it all.
This is impossible. Surely it's a good shot to open up, but Nork trades it back, and NIP, they close it out. It takes an overtime and almost made it double.